나는 관대하다. 하하하.
Hey Kingsley, do you sneeze through that elephony crown of yours?
Get over here!
Hello, this is KRBrickBot, and this is a double review of Helloka봇 King Dizer and Armor Force, a triple changing pair that combine to form Armor Daizer. So it was originally released in late 2017, had a 2018 run as well, and it was recently re-released this year. So if you get it now, you'll just have a box with the Toy Rock logo. So the back is basically the same for both of them, but they're both two very different sizes and very different style of triple changers. So Armor Force is certainly a military-inspired robot, with some green and yellow. And a noggin, it's kind of a pothead or buckethead noggin. Some yellow shoulder missile pods, and H, which not so cleverly disguises the white clips. Vent legs, and on his knees, these look like military badges. Looks like he has the rank of Staff Sergeant. So those are quite some thick legs and some very concealed hands. The overall aesthetic it looks very blocky. So his main accessory is this sword or gun. So you can plug it in the 5mm hand for a sword thing. Or if you don't want that, you can hold it like a gun, but there's too much stuff around its fist to actually hold it like a gun practically this way. So you can plug it in this hole for a arm-mounted fusion cannon or railgun. You can't really do it on this arm. This one is much more sunken in. I guess that's to keep the friction down in tank mode. Articulation is all swivels. Swivel head, swivel shoulders. Transformational inward if you want to do that. No elbow nor bicep. Just this way. Legs forward that much. Completely obstructed from the back, so no backward movement. 90-degree knee with some very annoying side kibble that does not clip in, and thus you just leave it like this or have to move it along with this. Thighs and no foot joint. As you cannot hear, there are no ratchets on this rather small Carbot. To transform him into tank mode, put the arms together to quickly form the main tank turret. Fold the back kibble over his head. Split out the legs. Don't take that off. And then tap them into here on the side of the cockpit kibble. And tank mode. This certainly looks the part of a tank. It's a very solid looking tank. I wouldn't say, I don't know how realistic it is to any sort of tank, but it doesn't look very awkwardly proportioned. A nice barrel that goes all the way and points up and down. However, this toy tank does not have any little roller wheels, which is kind of unfortunate. I guess that's because if there were roller wheels, it would get in the way of the combined mode. So there's little kibble to indicate otherwise, except for the bottom here. Overall, a very decent Voyager-sized tank mode. The other mode, on the other hand, requires a bit of parts forming. But first, you can take these tank bits and clip them together on 2 tabs. Detach this from the legs. You can leave that there. Come around, flip that up. split the cannon and plug it there. Untap these, which form the fins, and clip them into these two tabs here. Helicopter mode. It looks like a helicopter, but not a very cohesive one. For one, that is one ugly front block. The leg kibble, it just juts out far too front from the helicopter cockpit, which looks pretty sci-fi, and also it even has a giant windshield wiper. And the sides, these look like turbine vents or maybe machine guns. And the bottom, yeah, there's little substance to the bottom here. No landing skids or anything. And what's even worse, the tail fin does not hold all that well. I mean, there is enough grip, but there is some warping in there because it looks like these feet panels, there's not exactly level, and I think they might be slightly stretched with the screws in too tight. And as such, if you don't tap that in, it will just spread apart. Yeah, I think this just might be a single incident, but that just adds to the overall problems of this so-called helicopter mode. And I suppose it's one of those no-tur helicopters. Just simple fins. And the rotor itself. It spins decently in this POM polyamide port here. But if you see, that rotor looks a little too tall. That's a very tall rotor. And I guess this much space is needed for the tank mode. Yeah, but it's kind of unfortunate that this is the official helicopter mode. It just barely passes it, but yeah, it's not the best looking. And thus, it's the weakest of the three modes. King Dizer, with a color scheme of red, black, and yellow. At first glance, it hardly looks like a beast Carbot, but it kind of looks like it has several motifs with these rather angular shoulder and arm bits with a nice pattern. It's kind of reminiscent of Aztec designs. And also the head, the crown. That's a very big head with prominent side crown things and the center of the crown and a big chest gem, baby blue chest gem. And there also the shoulder bits also have these little faceted details. And the legs, it also has these little stripe details, and on the sides, yeah, all sorts of angles. But the legs, yeah, it looks like he has two different sets of legs. So if you detach that, it kind of looks like he has skinny legs with extra legs. Yeah, it's kind of a nitpicky shame that these feet don't mesh together. Articulation for the arms, they're kind of a little wonky because of how it transforms into one of the beast modes. So it has a full 360 shoulder, a backwards joint that much, and a shoulder joint that's located on the very tip of the shoulder pad. Kind of looks awkward when you spread it out. All because of one mode, and yeah, there's a ratcheted elbow, but no bicep nor any forward. He does have a wrist articulation that goes 270 mostly. Yeah, there should be a stopper. There should be a stopper there, but sometimes it doesn't exactly stop it. That's not a problem. No head articulation. Forward that much. Backward that much, obstructed with this detailed back kibble. Spreads. A knee that much. And nothing really on the foot unless you detach it. Doesn't look that good though. So a articulation with weird arm articulation. So weird arm articulation, well, at least you can do this. You can have him put up his dukes. To get him into his first beast mode, first detach these wings from his legs. Close this up. Fold down those arms and turn the fists. Clip those legs together. Detach these legs. There's a little panel on the back, so which you hide these legs. Put these on the two holes on the side. Elephant mode. It certainly looks like a robotic elephant. Maybe a Super Sentai mecha-like robotic elephant. With those angular bits really sell it as such. And some tusks which kind of cleverly hide the hinge pins in there. Too bad the trunk doesn't have any rubber flexible joints. Decent elephant articulation. All four legs can move, but backwards knees because that's for the different mode. Why couldn't they have made it both ways instead of this one way? For structural stability, I suppose. Yeah, but this robotic elephant has a rather reptilian back, a reptilian scaled back. Because that's obviously a different head. Now to get him into his third beast mode, detach the wings again. Untap this, flip out this head, come around, and these elephant rear hind legs will become the forward front legs. And these legs will become the legs here, so flip out this foot. Bring that all the way around. And spread out these wings and lug them on the back. Dragon mode. It certainly looks like some sort of dragon, although be it more like a lizard than a dragon. The front elephant paws, which now become dragon claws, do serve their purpose with even a little extra talon there. You could possibly grip something, too bad there's an extra foot there. Nice swivelly articulation there. And the lower legs, yeah, those are some nice big claws, but too bad there are some fists that have nowhere to go. And the elephant trunk is repurposed for a stubby little tail. With eyes. And I suppose this is where some excess can eject. Or maybe rocket boosters. He also has some little wings. Yeah, they are small wings compared to the rest of the body. And the underside have these very simple flame shapes. Just two-tone colors. So you can make them flap downwards, yeah, so that provides some nice imaginatory lift. But if you want, I suppose you could swap the wings around so you can have the wings upward, like a butterfly. And the head, yeah, it is a very lizardy looking head with these brows. Yeah, these look like some very nice rigid brows and a little head. Too bad this mouth does not open because there needs to be space for some combining tabs. Now to transform Armor Force into Armor Bit add-on mode. So first, transform his arms into the tank turret and detach that. Just detach this and use that. Then turn his legs into boots. So come around here, turn it 90 degrees, fold down this fin, turn around this thing, turn this around, and then tap it in. Do the same for the other side. So make sure both of these tabs are sticking upwards. So clip them into the two clips on his feet here. add the yellow bits like this to the main torso of Armor Force, like a shield. Plug it into these two tabs. And take the tank turret and plug it in the hole in his paw here. Armor Daizer. Yeah, Armor Daizer is just King Dizer powered up with armored force bits. So that gives him boots, a tank turret blaster, tank turret fusion cannon, and a shield formed from the torso and the wings or ear bits. So by default this is attack mode, but you can also plug it on the back here, reconfiguring the wings. For a flight mode. For extra wings or storage. This does remind me of the Transformers Siege weaponizers, a good 2 years before that concept really came into fruition. So this is certainly a unique concept, taking two very different triple changers and giving them the ability to combine as an extra bonus. While not as versatile as his quad-changing brother King Guy's, King Dizer is a certainly unique beast former I don't think we've really seen in Transformers before. While vehicular triple changers are much more common and Armor Force's alt modes are also pretty common, it's like a marriage between Springer and Blitzwing, his 5 detachable parts lends him to a whole platoon of fan modes you could come up with. Technically, Armor Force should be a deluxe undersized tank if Armor Daizer was chug scaled. But if you take this out of the picture, I suppose this alone could work as in the chug scale if tank mode size was accurate. However, if you decide to only get one of them, I guess it's your basic taste and preference on whether you want a beast triple changer or a vehicular triple changer. Price difference could also be a factor.
Thanks for watching and be sure to like and subscribe. So until next time, this is KRBrickBot signing off.